Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today I am going to have a chit chat with you guys while I update my planner, which is a little messy right now, so I'm going to have a chit chat with you guys and talk to you about where I've been, what I've been doing, etc, etc. I'm going to be looking down most of the video, so I do apologize in advance, but I'm ready to update my planner for the month of October. So let's go ahead and get started and tell you what I've been doing. So let me get organized real quick. I have some stickers. I have so daily itinerary from Cloth and Paper. Most of these things that I'll be adding in is from Cloth and Paper. And I do have some sticker books that I might be using from Go Mining Coco as well as Capital Chic. So I might be using that. But I also have a huge container of accessories from Cloth and Paper that I'll be adding in as well. So just so you know what I'm using, highlighters from Mild Liners. Yeah, I bought this from Costco, so super cheap. It was like $25 for a bunch of them. So alright, let me go ahead and get started. And pens, this is a Notiq pen case that I like to use, and most of the pens in here, or all of the pens in here, are from Cloth and Paper. So I'll just be digging in there. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, where I've been is at home. At home, not really doing, I don't even want to say not really doing anything, because I have been, that's August. Lord, this is old. I've been at home and I've been taking care of myself, doing a lot of personal development. I have my set from Cloth and Paper for the month of October. This is journaling cards and calendars, and so I'll be using that. And so one of the last videos that I've made was about why I quit my job, my teaching job. And to be honest, I was really hoping not to get back into teaching, but it was just something so easy for me to get several offers. I had, by August, I had, end of July, August, beginning August, I had 4 offers to actually teach. And so that's where my experience is, and I'm back into teaching. So I won't go into it too much, but I quit my job because of COVID in January. It was just too hard for me after all of the in and out the hospital that I did, for me to have to deal with constant exposure and quarantining. I am a single mom of a 6-year-old. She's now 6, and so for me, I had to step aside. I had to take time off to get my well-being, myself, and the priority of my child. When I did have COVID, it was a lot of responsibility that was placed on my daughter, because it is just me and her, and so it was just too much. It was too much for a child to have to deal with. I mean, I'm just being frank. I'm being honest. And I put her through a lot to take care of herself, to take care of me, help me order groceries and put the groceries away. And she was making her own food. And I mean, a 5-year-old should not have to deal with that. I'm looking at journaling cards right now that I didn't even use for the month of September. But it was just a lot of pressure, and as a mom who I grew up in foster care, and growing up in foster care most of my life, this is not an excuse. This is just reality of my situation. So growing up in foster care most of my life, I am destined to prove to myself and break those generational curses. I know we all say, you know, I want to break generation. No, I really have to, because this is not a joke for me. It's not a game. My parenting is something I take very, very, very seriously. And, okay, I'm going to leave the journaling cards alone for a second. Let's start on our, I'm skipping, so just to let you guys know what I'm doing, I'm pulling out the month of August, and I'm pulling out the month of September out of my, the month of August and the month of September out of my planner, and I will set these aside and store them later. I really need to fix this lighting issue, but I'm working with what I have. So, I have my new monthly tabs, and I'm going to add November and December in here as well. I think October is already in here, but I'm also adding new dashboard from last month, October, horizontal track or horizontal things, half page, and then I will be adding in some more horizontal undated sheets. So just so you're in the loop of what I'm doing. So anywho, I left. I, you know, decided I took a whole like week or two to just like unwind, relax, and I, you know, not that I had to do that or should have done that, because, you know, it wasn't something that I should have been on top of it. You know, I should have had a plan when I did leave. I had an idea. I did not have a plan. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, how I was going to keep up with my finances, maybe some YouTube topics that I would, you know, so I can continue this channel, because I am monetized, and so I wanted to keep up with it. Again, these are ideas, right? Did I have a plan for that idea? No. I am being frank. I am being honest. I did not have a plan. I did not sit and think about how that plan was going to work. And being a planner, that's something that is just like really odd, because I plan everything. I like to be as organized as possible when it comes to certain things. Now I'm trying not to be specific, because I can let my house get cluttered and messy, and but I'm still organized in my time management and the way that I'm doing things. So I want to be very clear, not everything is organized in my life, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the time I got to spend with my kid. I'm really, what I did during my break, because that's what we're here for, right? To know what I did during the break, is I learned a lot of different things. I bought a Peloton, which I have not used in like 2 months. So it's just sitting there collecting dust. I bought a Peloton. I went to Mexico. Again, not really planned, but it was my daughter's birthday, and I had already been vaccinated and whatnot. So I was like, time to travel. I've never used my passport before. It is time to do just that. And I did. So we went to Mexico for a week. We came back and just try to live our best lives and enjoy each other. I invested in a lot of self-development. I some of the things, just to give you an example of some of the things that I invested in, was stocks and trades. I learned how to do option trading, which I've made a lot of money and lost a lot of money on. You know, gained some money, lost some money, which I'm okay with because you win some, you lose some. But everything was so inconsistent. The only thing that was consistent was my daughter and her going to school and, you know, having to wake up early and take her to school. And then eventually things got really bad and I just pulled her virtual. I loved babysitting because I did get to babysit during my unemployment days. Which I think is just hilarious saying it out loud, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like this, what was it, 7 months off, I really took advantage of just growing myself. So, like I said, I'm kind of all over the place, so forgive me, this is why this is a chit-chat. Because I do not have a structured layout plan on what to talk about. So, I invested in programs to learn more about stocks and trading. Like I said, I was kind of good at it, kind of not. And I did make some money. I was able to, you know, keep up with my bills that way. And then I also enjoyed, I'm gonna take this one out. I really love this dashboard, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just switch it up. But I also invested in Masterclass, and I briefly talked about this on my stories. I'm not real active on my Instagram like I probably should be, but again, you know, I'm a whole parent out here in these streets. I invested in Masterclass. So what Masterclass is like the best of the best people teaching you their skill set, right? So it's like Gordon Ramsay teaching you dishes, on how to cook dishes. It is Brandon Miller teaching you dog training. It is, I don't want to butcher her name, so it is a lady who is in France. And she has a bread bakery that does sourdough breads and all types of things and has a restaurant. It is people like those people who teaches you how to do whatever it is that they're doing. So there's food courses. There's courses on writing. There's a ton of courses on creative writing and like storytelling. There's a ton of courses on, Serena Williams has a course on tennis and how to do certain backhands and different things like that. I don't know. There's a course on chess, how to play, well, not how to play chess, but how to enhance your chess skills. Poker. There's 2 courses on poker that I really wanted to get into because I don't know anything about it. And then I've taken 15 to 17 courses. I've taken almost all of the cooking courses. The only one that I have left is the Japanese course, and I really, really want to get into that because my daughter and I are like, that's the type of food that we like, is Japanese and Asian type of food. And so I really want to get into that. Also, I mean, like, there's anything on there. I've done the gardening courses on how to garden and what to look out for, how to put plants together to have better pest control. There's so many courses on Masterclass. I really, really, really think that it is the best investment for personal development. There is a class by someone named Robin. She works at Peloton. I think she's like VP of instructional something. I don't know. She does something in Peloton. She is a Peloton instructor as well. And she has a course on just motivation. It really just like talks about grit and grinding and hustling and motivating and getting into whatever your passion is and what you love. And then she gives some tips on like smoothies and banana breads and stuff like that. She gives a couple recipes on that. So far, this is what it's looking like. I know you can't really see because the lighting is pretty awful, but that is what it's looking like, half page. And then I have the October sheets. These are my weeklies. I put November and December in here as well. So the lady that does the sourdough breads in France, I'll have to put her information down below because I'm telling you, she is like, oh, she makes it look so easy, and it is. It's not hard. But because of that, I got into baking and in particular breads and cooking breads. Sorry for the glare, guys. Cooking breads and baking breads, and my daughter refuses to eat bread that I have not baked. Let me repeat that. The $3 breads that we buy at the store, she refuses to eat. So now it's become a whole big thing now that I've gone to work, and she's like, you can buy it, but are you giving it to the dog? Literally, that's her mindset and what she's, and her logic of thinking is like, are you giving it to the dog? Because I don't want it. And I'm like, dang. Jeez, bougie much? Which I understand because, I had 7 months of just baking breads twice a week for her to make her sandwiches. And I would cut it, as sandwich bread, and then she would just take it out and make her sandwiches if she wanted to make it herself. But now that I'm working, it's become like, okay, well, baking bread takes hours, sweetheart. Like, this is not walk away and then, go about your day. Like, no, you have to watch this thing. But, yeah. So, that's become a whole thing now that I'm back at work. What else did I invest in? I invested in, like I said, masterclass, stock trading. I invested in femininity training and wife training. Okay, hear me out before anybody judges me. Femininity training is how to be more ladylike, the etiquette of being a woman, the essence of being soft and not as masculine and whatnot. And so, hear me out, just hear me out, because I too was like, But it has been truly amazing, and I really, really do enjoy, I really, really did enjoy the femininity training. And this is because, and so to me, I was just like, yes, I'm an independent, strong black woman who is getting mine. I don't need a man. I don't need this. I don't need that. I want it, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. And I'm like, and so, but it just like, to me, it just made sense. But I did the training, femininity training, because I love the thought of being that, or looking at that classy lady, right? That elegant lady, and what that looks like and how to become that. And so the femininity training really does teach you about like the softness of a woman and what to do and what not to do. Now that I've taken that course, if I have an issue with my daughter, I don't yell. I mean, sometimes I do. But like, I will call people to discipline my child. Like, because I don't want that. I don't want that stress on me. I don't want to do it. I no longer am afraid to ask for help. For example, I have a rolling cart that costs a lot of money, and it's a teacher cart, and the wheel broke. And so because the wheel broke in the over a bump, like a crack in the road in the parking lot, I literally left that there, had somebody go out there and go get it, because I supposed to pick up this thing? This thing it was like 50 pounds. I'm not going out there to pick it up. I'm just not. I literally left it next to my car, and I said, hey, my cart is outside. Can you please help me with that? Sure enough, he picked it up and he brought it to my classroom. And so it's little things like that. I am not scared to ask for help anymore. I am not, I refuse to lift very, very heavy things. I have neighbors. I call upon my neighbor. Hey, can you help me with this? I am just not about that life anymore. And it was so eye-opening of like, just learning the essence of being a little bit softer when it comes to my womanhood and things like that. I literally went out and kind of reframed my wardrobe. This is probably a little TMI because, who asked, but even when it came to pajamas, like, these are conversations within the course that you're having. Have pajamas, like, okay, that to me is a t-shirt and shorts. Like, that to me is t-shirts and shorts. Like, okay, it's no biggie. No, like, have woman-like pajamas and robes. Never owned a robe before, and now I and buy it as a matching set and different things like that. It talked about just the etiquette of being a lady, a woman, and resting. This is a key, resting in your femininity. And I loved it. I'm not going back. Like, I can't, after you learn certain skills, like, for just like my daughter, after you had something different, you don't want to go back to something that you stopped doing, or that's something that there's something better. So why even go back and have to deal with any of that? So to me, I'm not going back. I'm not doing it. I love resting in my femininity. I don't want to get out of hand, get out of pocket, get upset at little things. And because of this, I'm a better mother. I delegate responsibilities. If something happens, I'm addressing the situation a lot more differently than going from 0 to 50 to 100. I'm literally taking baby steps, and then I get angry, and then I start snapping if it's like a repeated, like I'm repeating certain things. And then, okay, femininity out the window, mama voice come out, and I'm on it. But I love just resting in my femininity and like being okay with that. And I don't tell people this. I literally just, go about my day, and to me, this is just the inner work that I've done. And so when I'm at work and they're like, well, let's just pick up these boxes and or move this filing cabinet. Okay, I'll put a ticket in. Or you're gonna do it? No, let's put a ticket in. To me, I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that when I can ask for help and have someone else do it, because I'm resting. That sounds so bougie and like ridiculous, but I am resting in my femininity, and I am not doing it. I am not, because once you stop doing certain things, and it's like, you want me to do what? Oh no. No, I'm not moving that filing cabinet. I am not lifting up that 75-pound box. I'm just not. And I it is what it is. I can't go back. I'm not going to go back, because again, once you've had it and you're doing things, I'm comfortable at where I'm at. So it was eye-opening for me. Um, you don't have to be a mother. You don't have to be a wife. You don't have to be, any title behind your name. You just have to be a woman to have a femininity training. And so, again, a lot of etiquette, a lot of how to sit proper, how to dress and smell and different things like that is a part of the course as well. So right now, just to give you an update, I'm working on my meal planner, making sure that I have enough pages in here. I don't put too many because this has everything in it. I do need to buy some reading logs, so I need to make a list. I'm gonna recycle this old paper, and I am going to make a list of the things that I need that I will probably be buying on Black Friday, because that's when the sale happens. So one last thing so I did the femininity training, and then I also did her wife training, future wife training, and to me, and I don't want to get into this. Look it up, okay? Join me on Clubhouse, because I'm always in those clubs. I'm always in those rooms where we talk about these type of topics. There is a modern couple, there is a traditional couple, and a contemporary couple. And me quitting my job to focus, I literally did that because of COVID, to focus on my daughter. Nothing matters more to me. A job doesn't matter more to me. A career doesn't matter more to me. Nothing matters more to me than my home. I will sacrifice and leave everything to take care of my home, my family, the people in my house, right? Like, that's my logic of thinking. But there's some women that are out there that are not like that. They're like, I can't give this up. I worked too hard for this. I went to this school and got this degree and da-da-da-da-da. And so the wife training was, in particular, talking about modern, traditional, and contemporary wives. Contemporary wives are like a mix of traditional, but works outside the home, and I'm not sure. But it really talked about how to play the role, and the reason why I did that was because I know how to be a mother. I know how to work. I know how to make a paycheck. I know parenting. What I don't know is the next step. What I would like to be a wife. So to me, it was just, there's some training that needed to happen in order to be, to add that title of a wife. So now I don't have a man anymore. So now I gotta go find another man. But that's neither here nor there. So that wife training was specifically geared towards just learning how to add another person to your life. Because to me, one of the things that I struggled with as a single mom, I have the parenting down packed. I know I need to cook this amount of food for this amount of people, leftovers for this amount for the next day. And I just know, I know that. I have it down packed. What I don't know is how to add another person into my life and that not become a chaotic situation. So adding a third person or three people into one household is completely different and messes up your routine and your structure in life. And so I didn't want to get to that point. I want to be able to just handle the situation, to be able to not let it feel like it's a hassle to add a third person or another person into my life. So the wife training was just a added bonus on how to be a wife, how to add, how to, I already said it. So that's what the wife training was about. Super beneficial. Again, a lot of etiquette, a lot of structuring, a lot of organization, how to organize everyone's things, how to make sure that you're there for your spouse, and making sure that your spouse is taken care of, and then the kids. So depends on which one you want to go. Modern, traditional, contemporary. Look, whatever one you want. If you want to be a wife, I recommend wife training, some etiquette courses, different things like that. It wasn't a lot of etiquette, but at the same time, it was a lot of handouts and things that you work on outside of the course. But I really, really enjoyed it. I did that. Also, books. Last but not least, books. So now, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna start working on my monthly layout, because I got rid of September, and today is the 30th, 29th, I don't know, September 29th, so, alright, so, reading. Leaders are readers. Let's just say that. Like, can we all agree upon leaders are readers? The thing is, who has time, right? Like that, let's be honest, like who has time? So I was reading one book a week. I mean, keep in mind, I had the time to do this, right? Like, my daughter went to school for 4 hours on the computer. While she was in class, I was either taking a nap, or I was reading. I was reading, and I loved it, guys. I loved it. I really get upset now that I'm back at work when I can't find the time to read. I get annoyed, and I feel some type of way because I've developed this habit of reading, and it's like I get bitter and angry, and I'm just being frank and honest because I feel some type of way not being able to read my one book a week. Yes, one book a week. That's how much I was reading, and again, it was phenomenal. I read a lot of self-development books, of course. A shocker, right? A lot of self-development books, a lot of, I'm looking through my Capital Chic for some washi, because they have washi strips in here. I read one book a week. I also read, or listened to, 3 audiobooks a week, all self-development or tied to self-development, and that was really to enhance my understanding, but as well as like improve myself. I'm 30 years old, not to give out my age because I'm 30 years old, so I shouldn't be sharing that with you, but being my age and feeling like I kind of felt like I was not growing. What I was doing before COVID, as I was working, even during COVID, it was like I'm sitting on a computer, whether I'm in my bed or at my desk, like I don't care. I'm in front of a computer. I'm not going anywhere. I'm standing still, and some people will tell me, well, you're at home, do this and do that, and I'm like, I still have to be a mom. Like, you think parenting is all about just like sitting there like twiddling your fingers and waiting for something to happen? No. I literally am teaching my child and reading to her, and we're reading together, and we're doing learning activities for hours. Like, I'm not sitting there not doing anything. And then I gotta let her play a little bit, right? I gotta let her play. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel like a crappy parent, and that's not my goal. And so, guys, I'm really just adding washi wherever, because, and I need to do my budget planner too. So I probably should be working on that, because now I have something to budget, which I'm so excited about, to pull my budget planner. Let me show you guys it's been so long. I finally pulled it out yesterday to label my bills, but my awesome budget planner, 12-month budget planner by PaperByMoe. I have not touched this in months, and she has an updated one that I will be getting for 2022. So stay on the lookout of that unboxing, because I will be getting that and putting that in my budget for the month of November. I want to do like a whole planner, buy in the month of November. So, but even during COVID, before I left my job, I felt like I was stagnant, like I was not growing. I was staying the same. Nothing was moving in my life. And I just have myself to blame for that, right? Like, that's my fault, right? Like, I should have been motivated to do things. But when you're working 2 jobs, when you're going to school, trying to go to school and not fail, it just is too much. It's too overwhelming. And so having the time to listen to audiobooks, read physical books, and it truly is a blessing. And I'm so thankful that I can sit here. I read my books to my kid at night, so that's how I get my little. I wish I could read it a lot more, but I'm doing what I'm doing. So reading 1 book a week is what I was doing. Now it's taking me 2 to 3 weeks to finish a book, which is perfectly fine, because as long as I read at least 1 book a month, I'm not letting that habit go necessarily. The thing is, not only I'm using Gold Mine and Cocoa stickers. Not only am I reading a book, reading and listening to audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks before work, during work, after work, when I'm driving, whenever. Like, I love listening to audiobooks. And so, not only am I doing that, but I'm still in school. So let me just update you. This is going to be long, and I'm so sorry, guys, if this is a long video. But I'm trying to add some orange, some fall colors. I am in school for accounting, so I made a whole vlog and decided not to upload it because who am I? I don't know what I'm talking about. And so I am in school for accounting. I am extremely behind on my classes right now, so today is the day that I'm catching up, that I will be taking several hours to catch up on my studies. And so I'm in school for accounting. Now, why did I do this? Because of this channel. This channel has motivated me to go beyond what I'm used to. And not only to pay off debt, to budget for my household and just to be more successful for myself, but it has motivated me to be better overall, right? Mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. This channel has motivated me to just branch out and to get out of my comfort zone. And so, with that being said, accounting courses is a big, it really is amazing to see these numbers move in bookkeeping and different things like that. So I'm taking 4 courses. It is overwhelming. It is way too much work. It is literally, I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I became a full-time student and not broke it up. But if I'm able to, God, oh, Lord Jesus, if I'm able to pass my classes, and I'm saying if, then I will have my accounting certificate. What that means is that I could actually work in an accounting office, because I don't have any experience in doing that, but I could work in accounting with my accounting certificate. If I want to go back for my accounting associates, then I can get that paid for too. So this company actually paid for it. I joined a program while I was off. They paid for my accounting classes. They paid for a computer for me. They gave me hotspot for the computer for internet. So it's a tablet that had the tablet has unlimited internet. The computer is feeds off the tablet, and it has the hotspot on there to be able to do that. And then if I want to use the tablet by itself, it's unlimited internet. So I was able to join that program, get everything that I need for these classes. The thing is, I turned around and got a job like a week later. And the job is 10 times more work than I done in the past for the same company. So, yeah, today's the day. Today's the day I clean my house and do my homework. I have at least 15 assignments I need to turn in by Friday. And otherwise, I'm dropping some classes, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'm not going to act like I'm this failing of classes. If I can't keep up with that, I'm gonna drop them, because overwhelming myself is creating, to me, if I overwhelm myself, I feel like I set myself up for failure, and I don't want to have to do that, and I've sacrificed enough. I don't want to have to sacrifice my mental health to keep up with classes. So that is where I am at with that. Anything else? I don't think there is anything else. This is going to be simple. I'm going to add, that is extremely simple and minimalist. I am going to add some dots that are fall theme, but I will put them in there when I need to. I also have these tan, so yeah, I will add in these shapes within here at a later time. I'm not going to worry about that right now. That is it. I have my October, nope, I do not have my October ID in here, but if you have done any of the items that I've mentioned, the trainings, are you an audiobook fan? Like, do you do that? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm really curious how many of us that follow my channel actually have masterclass and find it extremely beneficial and whatnot. I'm gonna have to change this, but this is what it's looking like right now. But I'm just sticking, at this point, I'm just sticking stuff in here. It will be organized later, nice and fancy but I just need it to work, right? That's the whole point of a planner, is to be productive. But this is what it's looking like. And then I will fill out the card, but that is a calendar card. I have my pens, my pen right there. This is the pocket. I will organize this later. I'm not worried about that right now. I just wanted to get this set up and talk to you guys briefly about that. But again, if you're taking any of the courses or doing any of the things that I've mentioned throughout this video, let me know. Leave me a comment below. I will be posting at least one video a week moving forward. because this channel does mean a lot to me, and I've neglected it. I don't know why I neglected it, because I have a lot to say, clearly. So I'm just slacking. I'm slacking, and that, you know what, but I feel like it's okay. I have a lot to offer moving forward, especially with my accounting classes. I really want to talk about the use of QuickBooks and how I've been using QuickBooks in my classes, but some of the things that I've been doing. One thing that I might do with going back to school and getting my associates in accounting, if I decide to do that, is the fact that you could actually bookkeep and manage your personal and business expenses on top of the write-offs, and the simplicity of being able to pay your employees, aka your children, having a home-based business, and the taxes that you can write off of that. Quit paying for things for your kids and let them pay for it. Have them as an employee, and if you have them as an employee, they can buy what they need because they get a paycheck, and you can write off over $12,000 on that. So let's talk about that pretty soon. Let's actually talk about home-based business. Until then, I will see you guys soon. Adios. Bye.